Human origin is a topic that both the Bible and science address, albeit in different ways. Each of these views offers valuable perspectives, but their approaches and conclusions can differ in many ways. Let's explore what each says on this subject. The biblical view of human origin. In the Bible, the creation of humanity is described in the book of Genesis, especially in chapters 1 and 2. According to the biblical account, God created human beings directly and intentionally. There are two main aspects to highlight: creation of Adam and Eve. In Genesis, God creates Adam from the dust of the earth and breathes into him the breath of life, making him a living being. Genesis 2:7. Later, Eve is created from Adam's rib to be his companion. Genesis 2:21-22. This narrative suggests that human beings were created in a special and distinctive way, in the image and likeness of God. Genesis 1:26-27, being endowed with an immortal soul and moral responsibility. The divine purpose. Human creation in the Bible is not seen as an accidental event, but as part of God's plan, with the purpose of humanity caring for creation and living in communion with Him. The relationship between God and human beings is central to the biblical narrative of origin. Science's view of human origin. Science, for its part, approaches the question of human origin from an evolutionary process and based on fossil and genetic evidence. Theory of evolution. The dominant scientific view on the origin of human beings is the theory of evolution, proposed by Charles Darwin in the mid-19th century. According to this theory, modern human beings, Homo sapiens, evolved over millions of years from primate ancestors. This process involved genetic mutations, natural selection, and adaptation to the environment. Science suggests that the human species shares a common ancestor with chimpanzees and other primates, but followed a distinct evolutionary line, resulting in the unique characteristics of the human being, such as the highly developed brain, the use of tools, and the capacity for language and abstract reasoning. Fossils and DNA. Science bases this theory on a large amount of fossil evidence that shows a gradual transition from more primitive forms of hominids, such as Australopithecus and Homo habilis, to modern Homo sapiens. In addition, modern genetic studies confirm the link between humans and other primate species and indicate that Homo sapiens originated in Africa around 200,000 years ago. Points of convergence and divergence. Convergence. Common origin of humanity. Both the Bible and science affirm that all humanity has a common origin. In the biblical account, everyone descends from Adam and Eve, while science suggests a common origin in Africa for all human beings. Uniqueness of the human being. Both views recognize the uniqueness of the human being in comparison to other life forms. The Bible highlights the divine image in man, while science recognizes the exceptionality of human capacities, such as abstract thought, morality, and creativity. Divergence. Method of creation. The main difference lies in the how of human origin. The Bible presents a direct act of creation by God, while science describes a gradual process of natural evolution over millions of years. Time and chronology. The biblical chronology of creation, especially if interpreted literally, suggests a much shorter human history than that presented by science, which sees modern human life as the result of a long process of evolution. Reflections on the integration of faith and science. For many Christians, the question of human origins need not be a dichotomy between faith and science. There are different ways of interpreting the biblical account that can coexist with scientific understanding. Symbolic or allegorical interpretation. Some currents of Christianity see the Genesis account as a text with deep theological and symbolic meanings, more focused on explaining the relationship between God and humanity than on providing scientific details. In this way, many Christians accept evolution as the natural process that God used to create life. Intelligent design. Another approach is the theory of intelligent design, which suggests that certain aspects of life and the universe are too complex to have arisen by chance and evolution alone, proposing that a higher intelligence, God, was behind the process. Creationism. Other Christians, especially those who defend a literal interpretation of the Bible, believe that the Genesis account should be taken as historical and that science is either incorrect in its interpretation of the data or that there will be a future reconciliation between the Bible and scientific findings. Conclusion. The Bible and science offer two different perspectives on human origins. While science focuses on the natural processes that led to the emergence of Homo sapiens, the Bible emphasizes humanity's special purpose and relationship with God. Each approach can bring valuable insights, and many believe that faith and science can coexist, each offering answers to different questions about who we are and where we came from.